If whale number 3012 can on his first day have an exotic sparrow, an exotic ship, and a cooler looking armor than what I can earn in a raid, all because he spent 50 bucks at Eververse, then loot is pretty much meaningless.
If whale number 3012 can have a cool sparrow, a cool ship, and a cool fashion on day 1, loot is absolutely not affected at all by that. Ignore it.
This comment brought to you by whale number 3012.
Just ignore the cash shop. This is something you might have heard when you bring up concerns regarding microtransactions in a game. Oh, a $10 ship? Just ignore it. $20 armor set? Hey, just ignore it. $30 vanity bundle? Ooh, I gotta buy that. Corporations love customers who say this. When players make arguments in the company's favor, the company will never feel the need to change course or address the problems publicly, and in fact will only push monetization even harder. And it's strange to me that so many people don't seem to understand that concept, but then again, even outside gaming, these are the same type of individuals that continue to vote for politicians that make them feel good inside, even if their policies make their lives worse at the end of the day. So I guess this is just expected hive mind behavior.
Smells like broken here.
Ah yes, you look like someone who makes good financial decisions, Adam. Tell me more about how wise you are for spending $20 to wear dress pants and a hoodie in a game about space magic and aliens.
Yeah, you dumb bitch.
See, but what Einstein here doesn't realize is that it's not about not having $20 to spend, it's about having some goddamn principles. Would you spend $20 on one candy bar at the grocery store? No, because even if you have 20 bucks to spend willy-nilly, you would say that the candy company is trying to rip you off, cause ain't no way that candy bar should cost that much. It's not about the money itself, it's about refusing to get scammed. Now the ironic thing here is that there's a legitimate argument to be made that the value of a ghost shell, let's say, is less than that of a candy bar for numerous reasons. For one thing, it's a digital item, meaning that it doesn't need to be produced physically. You're buying lines of code.
Excuse me, all games are lines of code.
Yes, but this is a much smaller line of code that you didn't earn and wasn't included in the purchase of your actual game that you play. Which makes the real-life candy bar that had to be manufactured, packaged, shipped, and sold in your grocery store that ends up sliding down your gullet more valuable, even at 20 dolans. But what about the artists and the devs? They spend a lot of time making these skins. You gotta factor in the cost to create these things. Okay, no problem. But when we take a look back at the history of skins and armor sets being sold in games back when microtransactions were first hitting the mainstream, Black Ops 2 animated weapon skins were $2. And now, they're over 20 in current COD. Call of Duty Ghosts a year later sold 4 armor sets and 3 helmets in one squad pack for $4. No, that's not just the recent price, that was the launch price. But now, 4 operator skins will run you well over $100 in the Modern Warfare 2 2023 edition. Now, have costs to make these increase to the point that they need to charge a third of the game's full price? Well, the obvious answer is no, especially if you factor in the lack of actual maps and content, and the laughable amount of bugs and glitches. But if you're one of these Einstein prodigies, you might have a different answer, so be sure to let me know in the comments. I'd love to have something to laugh over at breakfast tomorrow. So the cost of these cash shop items are insane. Way too overpriced, that's one issue for sure. In all games, not just Destiny or Call of Duty, all these cash shop items are way overpriced. But let's get back to the just ignore it argument. You don't have to buy it. This is true, and if that's good enough for you, then great. This is where you're going to want to exit the video. You probably got to get back to your Annabray body pillow anyway. So for the rest of you, let me set you up a little scenario here. You go to the carnival, you spend 60 bucks for tickets to play some mini games, and try to win something cool for your crush, so she'll finally sleep with you. You find a booth where you throw some balls at some pins, and you suck at throwing, unless it means throwing your ranked game, so you use all your tickets trying to win this fuzzy little bear with this little denim hat on it, and once you win it, you're proud of yourself, you earn this bear, you got this emotional attachment now to it, because you spent all this time and effort getting this bear. And you're like, damn dude, this bear is sick, I want this dude playing shortstop on my baseball team this year, fuck the girl, this bear is mine. And you can't wait to show the homies this new bear that's going to take your team to the World Series. And then the booth owner says, yo, I know you just earned that bear, but check out all these other bears you can buy for 20 bucks a pop. And there's bears that are dripped the fuck out, man, as far as the eye can see. Then some bitch comes up to the table and grabs the choo-choo bear, you know, the one that actually looked badass, and drops a 20 on the dude's counter, and takes off saying,
look what I got.
And you start asking around at the carnival, hey, where'd you get that bear? And they reply, oh, I just bought it for 20 bucks from that dude. And that repeats with every person around you. All the bears they got, they didn't earn. Then you meet up with the homies, and these dudes got bears of their own, all decked out and shit as well. And you're like, dude, you guys just bought your bears too? And they all say, yeah, dude, just ignore that though. But check out the top hat on my bear, bro. Are you kidding? It's so cool. I love this bear. Oh, your bear got that basic ass denim cap. Hey, that's cool too, bro, I guess. But I earned this bear by throwing balls at pins. Yeah, I only threw those balls at pins because I was grinding power level. The cash shop's got the best loot, bro. What are you, poor? Moral of the story, Whale 3012 is a pussy. Multiplayer games have always been about earning good-looking cosmetics to show off your status and flex your power over others, or showcase how much you've grinded. Having diamond skins in COD, Dark Adventurer set in Sea of Thieves, or raid armor or even a raid ship means nothing when flexing it means nothing, because every dipshit around you paid real money for all their items, and they look 100 times better than the stuff you can actually earn. There are still people to this day farming Wrath of the Machine hard mode raid trying to get the Nano Phoenix ship, and it's not just to complete their collection, but also so they can be like, dude, look what I got today, and show it off to the homies. And the only way to get it is through actual gameplay, and that's badass. And it makes me want to go play that game. But you play any live service game these days, not just Destiny. But 90% of games today where the things you can actually earn have little to no value. It's not the reason anyone plays because they just buy all their loot instead. Even in single player games, we got people who don't play to earn anything in those games either anymore because they've got cash shops too. And cash shops ruin a lot of the fun in all games these days for me, but especially in a game like Destiny 2 or Diablo 4 or any live service looter or MMORPG, because looting is the core appeal. An endgame for me and many others in looter games after doing raids and dungeons and shit like that is always working towards cosmetics at some point through challenges or farming endgame content. And when not only is there a very lacking amount of armor and items like ships, sparrows, raids, etc. to earn through genuine challenges in Destiny 2 already, but the cash shop gets an influx of items weekly, it does ruin the fun of a social multiplayer game where everyone in the game world is partaking in the cash shop, and the earnable loot in-game suffers because of it. Like when you're in the Destiny 1 tower, there is a handful of cosmetics you can get in the loot boxes, and by the way, you can actually earn those loot boxes in the gameplay at the very least. But when you walk in and look at the players and see what armor and sparrow or ship they have, or even shader they have, you can realistically probably go earn those items in the gameplay. But that just isn't the case in Destiny 2 or again, pretty much any modern live service game. And maybe a game like Fortnite can get away with a cash shop where the seasonal content itself is actually free to everyone, and it genuinely funds all the content, and it's not an MMORPG looter game. But in a game like Destiny or Diablo where they're full-priced products, charging for seasons and expansions, to have battle passes and cash shops with loot on top of that in a loot-based RPG, it defeats the entire point of the game. "It's just cosmetic" are 3 words that killed in-game progression systems since 2015, and they've gotten worse and worse because the consumers keep on defending it. And it's only going to get worse from here on out, which sucks because I look at a game like Diablo 4 and it looks fun, right up my alley. But god, dude, they already have $28 armor bundles for sale. It's just wild, man. Online gaming is a joke right now, and it's genuinely depressing for me, but that's all I got for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next one.